So the allergies can happen at different levels. It can be mainly due to skin contacts. I know I have patients who have, due to the dog hair, they develop asthma. Due to latex, they develop. It can also be due to certain medicines. Certain medicines have allergic effects, sulfa drug effects. Certain fish or food items like very often peanut allergies, wheat allergies, gluten allergies, milk allergies. Also, what is very common is inhalation of dust. Dust aggravations causing asthma, mold causing breathlessness, different eczemas with allergies. So it's something that is actually a kind of an epidemic for today's generation. And there are variety of symptoms that can happen. Don't feel that everyone will just get a cold. They can get a cough. Some patients come to me with an entire red face. Some people come with sneezings. There are blisters. There are wheezings. People develop vomitings, headaches. Even headaches can be allergic in nature. They develop a diarrhea. Lacrimation. Patients came to me with lacrimation. So different variations of symptoms. But if you have an allergy, you need to find a good homeopath who can help you. You have to understand that in allopathy, the only thing that they have is cetirizines, histaminics, and steroids. And they are all temporary and they are going to have a long term side effect. The real cure for this is homeopathy. Homeopathy is only science, the only medication that works at an immune system level. And it is remarkable how it works. I want to give you an example of a case which I was treating with a very bad allergy, and just how we analyzed and how homeopathy has helped. It's a very simple case. It's not something out of the world, but just how beautifully the child's life was changed. So I had seen him about a couple of years back. It's a case of an asthma, 10-year-old child, and he would get the asthma whenever there was a change in weather, in rainy weather, especially in cold weather. And he would have many food allergies, because of which he would also develop a lot of skin patches, peanut allergy, fish allergy, milk allergy. He was a thin child, lot of wheezing, lot of rattling. He had to take Visalon, he had to take Astelin sprays from a top doctor in Mumbai. So these are the symptoms, and this is the treatment in allopathy. In homeopathy, we try to go a little deeper. We try to understand who is the person who has got this allergy. This is the secret of homeopathy. We try to individualize, customize the remedy. So I asked the mother, tell me about it. The mother was very anxious because she was meeting a pediatrician every week, changing doctors, because there isn't actually much of treatment and there isn't much that allopathic doctors can do except for just fight with the current situation. And she wanted a long-term solution for this. So I asked her to describe his nature. And she describes him as someone who's not shy. I said, okay, tell me a little bit more about him. He said, he's always in his own world. अपनी दुनिया में होता है. He doesn't like to be told things. He doesn't like, you do like this. You take a bath. Wear this. And it affects him. He said, I will do what I want to do. I don't care a shit. This is the way he talks. He's a 10-year-old chappie with a tattoo on his arm. You can imagine today's generation. He says he likes when people give him attention. What I found interesting is he came in and he started asking questions about, what is that camera for? What is that stethoscope for? Why did you put that thing there? What is that plastic medicine? What are those pills? What do you put in that? Are they liquids? Do you give same medicine to all people? So many things he started asking. So the mother said that, doctor, he's very bizarre. I said, what do you mean by bizarre? He said he wants to know all sci-fi things. He wants to know strange things, what's happening in Moon, what's happening in Mars. He likes to read all different books, ancient history, what happened in Mohenjo-daro, how India and Pakistan got partitioned. This interests him a lot. He has a special closeness to his uncle who's into religious chanting, and he has developed a lot of interest in chanting. And especially He wanted to know initially what is God, who is God. And when he came to know who is God, he got so interested. He started reading all Devdutt Patnaik's books and he became extremely religious at this young age. What are the fears? So I asked him what particular fears you have. You must be already seeing I'm going in different areas. This is very important homeopathy. We try to go in different areas and try to understand the core personality. So the main fear is especially if he's not given attention, if others are given appreciation, he doesn't like it. So he kind of has developed an ego actually, kind of a fairly high ego for his age. And there are different ego sets, but he has developed a more ego than compared to his age. Then I asked him what you like to eat, and he's totally on Pepsi, Coke, and junk food, and pizzas and cheese. His craving is carbonated drinks. He has an extreme, he cannot tolerate fasting. If his time is 1 o'clock, if he gets at 1:30, he goes crazy. He cannot tolerate hot weather at all. Nowadays, they say he's constantly on video games and on Facebook. And whatever he does, he puts on Facebook and Instagram. That's his favorite. They say he's got an addiction of selfie. So they want us to treat him even for addictions of selfie. And this is so common in today's world, isn't it? This is the case, and I spoke to him for an hour. I tried to understand. What I found very interesting is he being a person who's very inquisitive, someone who has a very spiritual or religious or analytical bent of mind, someone who has a little bit of ego. I want to do what I want to do. Someone who kind of wants to communicate, someone who wants to do his own way, someone who doesn't want to bath. So I put this rubrics in the repertory, and we have a repertory here. And if you put the rubrics, let's have a look. Inquisitive, especially in science, he was fairly talkative. He had a philosophical bent of mind. He had extreme desire for reading. You have to understand desire for reading, especially for his age. And he had developed a fanaticism about religiousness and about Shiva and everything like that. What is interesting is his mother later on said that he finds it very difficult to do mathematics. He cannot add things. And very simply, you can see a remedy that coming through and through in homeopathy, a very simple potentized form of sulfur. Interestingly, if you see desire for carbonated drinks, you can again see sulfur given by Catherine Coulter. Remember the remedy medorinum and phosphorus also. And then if we understand the periodic table, and you can see where is sulfur, sulfur is here in the third row of the periodic table, where ego is now developed. You can see natrum and magnesium, ego is not developed. They are totally dependent. Alumina, they are confused. Silica, now they are developing the ego. Phosphorus, now they want to communicate with people. Sulfur, he doesn't want to communicate. He wants to be with himself. This is the idea of sulfur. Chlorine wants to do opposite of what person says. So sulfur has now developed a lot of ego. This is in the periodic table. So I gave him sulfur in high potency 1M. And I gave it initially at monthly level and then more frequently. And I followed up. And within 15 days, his acetylene spray was reduced. He didn't have any food allergy. He started putting on weight. Within 4 months, I have stopped all his allopathic medications. And he's now developed more focus about what he wants to do. He wants to be an astronaut now, which is interesting. And his physical, his allergies have done remarkably well. Now it's almost 1.5 years. In fact, homeopathy has helped him so very well. And it's so amazing. Patients come and parents come and you see them and just the change that you see. And it's amazing. So, in between he had an attack of asthma which actually was treated by antimaniars, very interestingly, which I wanted to share with you. He had a symptom, asthma aggravated after eating. So, I want to tell you today, homeopathy potential in transforming allergies and especially a child's health is amazing. Absolutely amazing. What advice I want to give you? We have to stop milk and milk products. They are putting a lot of steroids in it. Sugar and sugar products. One can use jaggery. One has to find, and I want to tell you, homeopathy is a remarkable science. It has a potential to change a person's life. You have to find a good homeopath somewhere and you have to take the remedy. Remarkable change. So this is the other thing I want to tell you. Solitude brings on creativity. Stillness delivers productivity. And quiet breeds genius. Be alone. Be a powerful guy. There's a lot of power within you. I read a lot of Swami Vivekananda's book, and they kind of talk about the idea that we don't know what potential we have. That's the biggest problem of humanity. So, allergies and homeopathy. So you can write to me. This is my email ID. This is my Skype ID. You can subscribe to my channel, and well, you can write to me.